Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today it's going to be a match between Rogue and Stats for your ZVP here on Deathaura. Bottom right it is Stats, top left it is Rogue. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Okay, just a hatch block. Just a hatch block. I felt like maybe it was a cannon rush based on the early probe, but this is a fairly long distance thrust map, so this probe is just going to block the hatch. All right, Rogue, what are you going to do? Just throw down your natural at another spot? Yes, you are. Oh, hold on a second. 8, 9. Oh, so close. No wonder Stats sent that probe out immediately. He needed to. Because again, rush distance is long, and Rogue got it out, man. He got it out right on time, just in the nick of time. Playing the pylon, or the mineral game here with our probe. Nothing too crazy whatsoever. On the other side, looks like a gateway expand from Stats, and yeah, I mean, these two players are just legends of the game. They are both world championship winners. They are both incredible. They've been around for a very, very long time. They know of each other very, very well. They played against each other so many times. And let's see who's going to come on top today on this ZVP, my favorite matchup. Deathaura, what can we say about you that hasn't been said? Hopefully new maps for the new season. Coming April 1st, I want to say. I think that's what I saw on the announcement, but let me know if I'm wrong in the comments. Good. Second gas. Everything is proceeding according to plan here for Stats. Nothing too crazy. And yeah, just scouting things out. At least until the Lings come out. 2 sets of Lings and 2 Queens. Right on time here from Rogue. If you want to see me cast live StarCraft 2, by the way, what you need to do is check me out at Tarovo and at Africa TV. I cast with Laughing Games professional StarCraft 2 for money cash prizes out there. Like every week, man. It's Saturdays, usually Saturday night, sometimes Saturday during the day. Here in the United States, I do tweet about it. If you follow me on twitter.com/FalconPaladin, you'll see my tweets about those. And if you have any questions, I can put links. I should really just put links to the stuff in the description here too, so you can click on them and bookmark them. And then, yeah, if it's a Saturday, like, click up. See if I'm casting live StarCraft out there with Laughing Games. We have a lot of fun together. Stargate opening here from Stats. Third base coming in about 230, 240 here from Rogue. Nothing nuts from him. And knocking down his own unbuildable plate so he doesn't misclick on those things later. Now the question is, Void Ray opening or Oracle opening, or kind of both here from Stats? I mean, you can't do both at the same time, but you can go Oracle into Void Ray into Oracle. You can go Phoenix here too. Just a really, yeah, there's your Oracle. It's a pretty malleable opening, I would say it is. Excellent. So Adept trying to get some stuff done, but doesn't. I mean, just recognizes, okay, there is a third base. It's halfway done. This isn't a crazy 2-base all-in out of Rogue, because making an Oracle is not going to help much with that. A Void Ray would be a better option, but no. Rogue is just going for the macro style. Oracle's name is Nadalap Nuklaf, an evil goateed caster from the Mirror Universe who exists to spread misery and irritation. His computer seeks out replays of esports games to secretly replace them with Rickroll videos and bad porn. Finally, everyone has enough of his annoyance and sealed him away into an ancient Protoss machine, and this is his last chance to cause anyone any misery. Okay, wow, Nadalap Nuklaf, bad dude, man. Really sounds like not someone you'd want to invite to your birthday party. Roach Warren coming up, which I don't think those Adepts saw that. Oh, actually, you know what? Just saw it coming down. Not sure if he caught it or not. Do we have a... Oh, we don't even have a Spore up here. I love this. Adepts at the same time, right? And then an Oracle comes in, you're not quite ready for it, and bam, we got a couple kills in there. 4 kills. Goodness, that's way more than I thought you were getting. Nicely done, Oracle Pilot. You are spreading some misery as you wanted to do. 2 Oracles in... Oh my gosh, a third Oracle's on the way. Are we mass Oracling here today? This is not as good as it used to be. 6 drones have gone down. That is not ideal here for Rogue, but he has dealt with worse and been fine. Oh, trying to surround... Adepts are slippery, man. They just are. Oh, more Adepts come in to save them. And none of the Adepts go down. Good job helping each other out, Adepts. Teamwork is what makes the dream work and what it's all about here. So we're not going mass Oracle. We only have 3, but 3 is more than you normally see. says Dr. Seuss as he casts the StarCraft 2. Twilight Council, Forge, got a lair in production here too from Rogue, and the triple Oracle play. You need, wow, 3 queens and a spore actually seems like enough. So, nope. How about this base? This base has 1 queen and almost a spore, which is not enough. Drone's got to get pulled from there. Look at him burning down that queen too. Yes. Queen sniped a bit of a shot off there on the spore, but 2 more drones go down. Dude, honestly, stats, your control is insanely good. I don't know what else to say about it here. That is just moving the wounded Oracle back so he's not taking hits. Rogue just making, 7 drones at a time because you can, and then recalling back home because there is a big swell of Lings heading down, trying to counterattack a little bit. This third base might be in a bit of trouble, but guess what? Triple Oracle. Triple Oracle here. Yeah, the Lings are like, I don't know, and they can't get through the wall either because there's an Adept. Dude, Stats is just playing this early game so well. 2 probes die. That's probably more than should have died, but hey, we'll take it if you're Stats. 4th base here for Rogue on the way, low ground. Traditional 4th base location for Zergs, or do they take the 3rd there sometimes? It doesn't really matter, I don't think. Glior Reconstitution coming up, so we are going heavy on the roaches here. This is not just a safety roach thing. This is we need roaches for speed purposes. Recognizing the number of adepts that exists, perhaps worrying about that. Also, there are some of these sentries. So a couple Ravagers would not do too poorly either. Blink underway, robotics facility coming in here for Stats. And so far, so good, honestly. He's done a lot of damage early. He does have a 67 to 66 worker lead, which is not really how it should be here at about 7 minutes. Zerg player ideally wants to have that income lead, and does have a tiny one, but enough that it doesn't really matter, and it's going back down into Stats' favor. Anyway, Hallucinated Phoenix coming in for the scout. Infestation Pit on the way from the Zerg. Love that. Love the fast Infestation Pit at 7 minutes. Also getting upgrades for his roaches. He's making some Ravagers. Stalkers in production here. Warp Prism, Trip Oracle still running around. And Stats maybe looking to set up to get a quick 4th base here at 7 minutes too, which I think would be okay. I think it'd be fine. Revelation gets tossed down on the Roach Ravager army. Stats getting a good look at what he's dealing with here. He's making a Robotics Bay, which I think he was planning on doing anyway. But yeah, Revelation on these, on these creep tumors. Sniping those down nicely too. Preventing that creep spread. So good. Stats, he's just getting so much done with these oracles. 9 kills. I mean, a couple of those are creep tumors probably, but 2 kills and 7 kills. Wow. That is some good oracle play here. 10 drones down. Resources lost 1,300 to 850. And yeah, that's a 4th base from Stats. He feels really comfortable. So it really looks like a gateway play with the robo support out of Stats today. We're not skytossing, at least not yet. It's always in the back pocket though. Double Hallucinated Phoenix coming in to check the hive timing, and they see it. And what they know about this is there's a little bit of a vulnerability. When the Zerg player is going up to hive, they don't necessarily have the giantest army, and they're usually trying to save up resources for something for when they get to a hive. So, let's see an attack here from Stats, or it just might be a matter of we need to get an attack out before Rogue gets huge, no matter what the hive timing is at all, you know? It is a Lurker Den too, which was scouted. That did get seen by the Hallucinated Phoenix. Ling's trying to find some damage, but Stats is just everywhere. More creep tumors going down to these oracles. I'm serious. These oracles are the most efficient trio of oracles in the history of StarCraft right now. They're doing so well. Again, Mass Oracle under Haz back in the day were just wrecking Zergs. Back before they patched the Oracle, so couldn't do that anymore, and they fixed a bug with the Oracle that allowed that too. But yeah, Mass Oracle, yes, that just won games for professional Protoss against professional Zerg back in the day. Disruptor production on Zive here too. Got a War Prism with some Zealots in it, I assume. Speed. Charge is almost done for these here Zealots. 13 seconds on the way for those guys to get their most important upgrade, and really only upgrade that they have. So of course it's the most important, it's also the least important. Going Hydras, which, Storm's coming in. Those charge lots are a problem. Infestor wandering over this way and being like, oh, we can't do anything about this, really. You deal with these Zealots. How about pushing to the front here a little bit, force fielding off the army so he doesn't get surrounded. Yeah, a largely Stalker army does not trade super well versus Roach Ravager Hydra Lurker. Not at all. Zealots on the right side here going after a Rogue's 5th. And got him. Okay, it's enough there to take them out. Warp Prism maybe considering going in again to the main base, but there are some spores here. This spore is looking for a place to plant, but there's no creep here, so that's not going to happen. Sure be nice if you found a place. There you go. Finds a place to plant. Warp Prism trying to find an angle to come in without taking hits. Can't find one, actually. You're going to take shots no matter where you go. Roach? Rather, just a Ravager Lurker. No Roaches here. It's all Ravagers with some Hydras in the mix. These Oracles are still alive. But guess who's here? The Hydralisks are here. Guess who doesn't care about your Hydralisks? The 3 Oracles. These guys are the greatest, honestly. I'm not sure about these force fields, other than maybe keeping some Lings away from your army. But now you can't get up the ramp either, so that doesn't seem ideal. Dude, these Oracles, they're going to die now? Yes. Okay, so they die now, but holy crap. They did so much work. Ugh, Storm and abducting the Disruptors into the Storm a little bit there is kind of mean. Ravager's getting some shots off, but the Disruptors, 2 of them staying alive back there. Maybe another Abduct would be nice, but Zealot's just warping on in. On the other side, Stats is forced a full evacuation on Rogue's 4th base, and he is going to focus it down before the Lings save it. Indeed, he does get the base. So in the battle of who can kill each other's base, that's definitely a win for Stats. Huge. Remember when I was like, the Skytoss is in the pocket? Yeah. 4 carriers in production. Aaron's watching this. Aaron's like, yes, go Skytoss, go my brethren. Aaron and I had a big, long discussion about why Skytoss sucked last year. It might have been like 2019. It was a while ago, and then Blizzard heard his prayers, man. They made it super duper viable against Zerg, at least. You're not going to see it against Terran, but against the Zerg enemies, it's exceptionally good. More Zealot stuff, man. Oh, keeping that Queen alive is nice. Good transfuse, too. Oh, hold on. Never mind. She dead anyway. Charlottes are a problem. They're so fast, and they take so long to kill. Like, Zerglings are fast. Yeah, they're crazy fast, but they're incredibly squishy. Zealot, look how tanky they are. I mean, especially if they have great upgrades. I mean, we're looking at no armor upgrades at all. Never mind, they're incredibly tanky even with 0 upgrades because we're making carriers. Yeah, that's what we're expecting here. Adaptive Talons on the way from the Zerg. I'm not sure how good these Lurkers are going to be once the carrier fleet arrives, but... Well, music gets appropriately intense as Rogue moves in for a big attack. With his Lurkers, with his Hydras, with his Zerglings, and actually jumping on top of these High Templar and killing... Oh, a bunch of the High Templar got sniped out there. So, I don't think there's any Storm left. That seems really bad. Oh, I don't know what killed that carrier. It looked like it was an Abduct that killed it, but that doesn't make any sense. Boom! Purification Nova! Getting some big-time hits on those Lurkers especially, but a lot of probes are dying down here. The Lings are trying to see what to do, and they just retreat, and bam! Stats gets the win. Rogue GG's out, but... Hold on! Did he just realize he didn't have the tech needed to deal with this many carriers? I thought maybe there was somehow a Stats army killing his stuff on the other side, but I didn't miss that. Because there wasn't one. What the heck? Okay, I mean, Rogue didn't have a bank at all, right? So he's not remaxing on anything. He's making 16 more Hydralisks, but he recognizes that Hydras are really terrible against carrier groups of 7. It's like once you get 5, it starts getting really bad for Hydras, and then 6 and 7 is just right out. So, definitely an abrupt ending here from Homestory Cup. But, man, it's the Skytoss timings that these Protoss have down. They just know how to protect themselves against Zerg harassment until they can get up to that big, scary Skytoss army. And if the Zerg hasn't been specifically preparing for a Skytoss army for the whole time, then they just fall apart and die. I mean, we saw this at Homestory Cup time and time and time again. Stats won so many games against Zergs with this very strategy. So, yeah, Zerg fans, be unhappy about this. Protoss fans, you know, we found some stuff here. Stats, at least, has found some stuff here. It's always weird. It's always weird, right? When a player calls GG after a failed attack on the other side of the map. Because you're like, come on, you can hold. You can hold the counterattack. It doesn't. No, carriers aren't super fast. They come across the map here. You have another 20. You got 20 Hydras. You can make 16 more. Your upgrades are good. You've got +2 attack and +1 armor on them. You had some Viper support. Maybe losing the Vipers was part of what the problem was. Sure, you don't have much of a bank. Sure, you're down big time in income, which is not super good. But, and like all this stuff just adds up, and Rogue says, okay, computer brain, compute my chances of winning this game, and computer brain says 3.6%, and Rogue taps out. I get it. He's played way more games of StarCraft than I ever will. But it always feels abrupt and weird to me, but I get it. I get it. He has no corruptors. He has no Vipers. He does not have the tools needed to handle this kind of a carrier army. And as a result, he's done. He's out, man. Wow. So all of his Vipers died. They were, I want to see them die. They were, sounds morbid, right? Like, I want to see the Vipers die. Okay, so here's one. But there, I swear there was there just the one? Oh, it was just the one Viper too. Even, wow, I thought he had a couple. He did. I don't know what he lost them to though. That's really, really strange. I don't know. The lurkers are obviously useless here. I mean, they're doing some damage, but the Viper abduct on that carrier. Ah, so the carrier dies and the Viper dies at the same time. But then there are just too many carriers here. The lurker tech is just completely wasted, basically. He backs out. Does he have enough Hydras to take down these interceptors? And he feels like no, and just taps out. So again, extremely, extremely weird match, but fun stuff anyway. I mean, one carrier went down. We're looking at 27 Hydralisks that died. At 17,800 resources lost for Rogue and 12,900. It's not the biggest discrepancy you've ever seen, but this is just a typical case of I didn't adequately prepare for this, and as a result, I got punished. It happens. It happens to the best of us. If you've ever had a game like this where you go for something you're really proud of, and then the enemy just completely counters it, and you're like, oh... right? And it just hurts. It hurts and it feels unfair, but that's just how the cookie crumbles. Even Rogue falls prey to this, and he's a world champ. So don't let it hit you too hard. Just pick yourself back up. Maybe try to scout a little bit better next time and try to win. That abrupt endings always make me feel like I need to say some more stuff. All right. Well, shoot. That right there is gotta be it from me. This has been the Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.